Hello everyone. This video series is going to be about coordinate geometry, which is a very simple yet very interesting topic. It's all about axis, the three axes, that is x-axis, y-axis, and the z-axis. In this video, we will be particularly talking about the x and y axis. The point on an x and y axis is represented as x comma y. The origin of an x and y axis is always marked as 0 comma 0. Let's mark it as an O. Then if we want to mark a point on the x axis, it's always going to be of the form x comma 0. So if you want to mark this point, it's going to be 1 comma 0, then 2 comma 0, then 3 comma 0, and it goes on. On the y-axis, it's going to be of the form 0 comma y. So this is going to be 0 comma 1, 0 comma 2, and 0 comma 3. And suppose you want to mark a point somewhere in the middle. Suppose this point. Okay. So you have to trace it back to the x-axis first and write the x coordinate, then to the y coordinate and say 2. So this point you can give it a name P, and it has the coordinates 3 comma 2. Now suppose you want to mark this point, so go back to the x-axis, see what it is, it's 2, then go back to 3, that is on the y-axis, and 2 comma 3. You can give it the name Q if you like. Next, we are going to discuss about how to find the distance between any two points that are on the x and y plane. For that, let's assume that the 2 points are A and B. Now before we start diving into finding the distance, I would like you to know this very simple fact, and that is the distance between a point and itself is always going to be 0. You're not going any distance from that point. You are standing on the same point and the distance is going to be 0. So while finding the distance between any two points A and B, the very first type is going to be when A is nothing but the origin O and B is a point on any one of the axes, that is the y or the x-axis. Let's look at an example. So if you can see, I have drawn x and y axis and I have plotted the origin 0 comma 0 and 3 points on the x axis 1 comma 0, 2 comma 0 and 3 comma 0. Now let's find the distance between points O and A. Now if you can see, O is 0 comma 0 and A is 1 comma 0. From the diagram itself, you'd say that the distance is only 1 unit. And how did we find that? We just subtracted the x coordinate of the point from the x coordinate of the origin, and we got 1 minus 0 equals to 1. So this was an example of how to find the distance between a point on the x-axis and the origin. Next, we will see an example of how to find the distance between the origin and a point on the y-axis. In this example, we want to find the distance between the origin 0, 0 and a point A that is on the y-axis represented as 0, 4. So the distance from the diagram itself is very obvious, that it is of 4 units. Also, you can simply subtract the y coordinate of the point A and the y coordinate of the point O like this, 4 minus 0, to get the distance, that is 4 units. Now time for type 2, that is the distance between any two points on the xy plane A and B. This type can be applied to the previous type as well, that is the distance between the origin and the point on x or y axis. Now let us consider the points A and B as Okay, before that, we know that any point on the xy plane can be represented as x comma y. So we'll represent A as x1, y1 and B as x2, y2. Clear with this, right? Now to find the distance between any 2 points A and B, we have this formula, root of x1 minus x2 the whole square plus y1 minus y2 the whole square. I repeat, the distance between any 2 points A and B represented as x1, y1 and x2, y2, we have this formula to calculate the distance between them, root of x1 minus x2 the whole square plus y1 minus y2 the whole square. Let's look at this with an example. As you can see in this diagram, I have plotted 2 points on the xy plane, A and B. A is 2, 3 and B is 4, 4. And we intend to find the distance between the 2 points A and B. So we will use the formula for this calculation. Again, let's just quickly write the formula. The distance between A and B is equals to root of x1 minus x2 the whole square plus y1 minus y2 the whole square. Okay, here A is 2, 3 x1 y1. Okay, B is 4, 4 x2 and y2. We got our x1, x2, y1 and y2. We simply have to put the values in the formula. So, A to B, the distance is root of, what is x1? 2. What is x2? 4. The whole square plus, what is y1? 3. What is y2? 4. The whole square. That gives us 2 minus 4 is minus 2 the whole square plus 3 minus 4 is minus 1 the whole square, which is equal to root of minus 2 the whole square is 4 and minus 1 square is 1. So 4 plus 1, 5. Root 5 units is the distance between the point A and point B. If you have any questions on this topic that you want me to solve, kindly comment and I will solve it for you in the next video. Also, don't forget to like and comment and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.